name is Moza Regine. I have a vision payment. I am advisor in charge of youth in UNAMBU, Rwanda. UNAMBU is the organization of women and girls with disabilities here in our country, Rwanda. This training was so informative, was a good training ever. I have learned many. For example, I have learned how to do elevator pitch. I have learned how to build a capacity, to do a capacity to the young women with disabilities in our organizations, or like trying to encourage them to have a spirit of self-confidence while in public or in private life. I have learned about the UNCRPD. I have learned about the legal framework to the human rights. I have learned advocacy, how to do advocacy. I have learned how to monitor the policies related to the persons with disability, especially women with disabilities. What I can say, the training was so informative. I get more skills from this workshop. I am going to try to teach young girls with disabilities in secondary or primary to have self-confidence, to fight against gender-based violence, to speak if they see any kind of forms of violence, to the leaders, to the parents. I am going to teach young people how to advocate themselves.
We had two days workshop with DIWA, which is an organization for women in Africa, and its role is to empower girls and women with disabilities in the leadership and advocacy. So my takeaway was, in actual sense, it was very powerful workshop, because they are guiding us to read, to be good readers in our organization where we are coming from. And it gives us some kind of confidence. If you are a reader, that you have to be having a confidence in whatever you are saying, and how to take the message to the stakeholders. If you say you are an advocate, then you have to be well equipped with the message you are taking and the knowledge you are going to talk to the stakeholders. So we had a lot of talks, we had a lot of discussions in these topics that we carried out, related to African Disability Protocol, related to UNCRPD, related to AU Charter as well, related to women with disabilities in all aspects of their lives, and gender-based violence. So we feel like now we are capable, and we are going to empower our other women that we are heading, even at the district levels, to be good advocates. As you know, in disability rights, we do advocate. So empowering them is to give them the skills that we got from here, of have themselves to have the confidence and know what they are doing in the right time. What message are they taking in their leadership at the grassroots? So I think it will be helpful to us and to them, so that they know what they are doing in their respective areas.
My name is Mukobwa Nkawe Lilian. I'm coming from National Paralympic Committee, and I am the board member of National Paralympic Committee as women representative, and I am the captain of national team sitting volleyball, and I am 3-time Paralympian. We have many challenges and many barriers as women with disabilities in Rwanda, like law of education and mindset of community and mindset of our parents. And the other thing is trust to ourselves, like I can call it stigma. And other things is how people think we are as women with disabilities.
I am Annette Bukombe. I am a woman with disability, differently strong ability in me. And I work with OWDHD. This is organization for women with disabilities for health promotion and development in Rwanda. And we advocate for rights of women with disabilities of different categories of disabilities, including those who are left behind, and we focus on all the ways that our voice can be heard. We have a lot of challenges, a lot of barriers, a lot of issues we met differently depending on the disability we have, depending on the backgrounds we went through, and a lot. And one of challenges that we are not represented, not 100%, but we are not fully represented. You will find a lot of categories represented in different areas of community, of leadership, of engagement. We as advocates, we also face the challenge of lack of data. We are heading looking on how we can fight against gender-based violence, but do we have data? Do we have statistics to base on advocating? How many women are facing this kind of gender-based violence in the remote areas? How many girls are not educated because of gender-based violence? How many girls are being forced into premarital marriage? How many girls are being raped around? Yes, we have Rwanda Investigation Bureau, we have Sange One Stop Center, we have hospitals, but do they have the way that they can collect data and report it to us so that we can use that channel to advocate for the rest of the challenges we have? No. Even if you get there, is the office accessible? Is the communication easier? Not easy.
My name is Ruthie Nkutumora, the Executive Director of Disabled Women in Africa. This is a regional network based in Malawi, and we are happy today to come to Rwanda and to meet women with disabilities from various organizations, and these women are leaders, they are activists, and they have lived experience of their issues in regards to gender-based violence. So today we are talking about, it's a training that we are delivering here in Rwanda, and this is a training on EVAG, that's ending violence against women. As we may know that GBV is an issue that has affected a lot of women around the globe, but also to really pause and reflect that among these women are women with disabilities that encounter various barriers, various challenges, and we see every day cases of violence rising, and women with disabilities suffering in silence along with that. So today, as we come to do this training, is to also understand that this violence that women are facing can not only be dealt even at only local level, but also how these can really talk about the systems that we are facing, but that we can influence, that can support to put in place policies that can work to the advantage of women, especially thinking about ending violence, promoting the reporting, but also how women can move from their comfort zone to begin to tell their stories that really affect every day, because we see that with the silence, it's very difficult for people to know what is going on with us and how they can come in to help. So this training is very important. DIWA had received funding from UN Trust Fund last year, and this funding is for us to build a strong movement on evac in the Eastern and Southern Africa. So Rwanda is one of the countries that we are targeting from the Eastern Africa, and the training, the knowledge that they are able to acquire from this training is going to help them to come out and begin even to engage on evac issues at a regional level, but also in the global space. The reason is that there has been a lot of invisibility on evac programming. Women have been excluded in a policy making processes, but also in the mainstream gender spaces, but also even in terms of reporting. Women have not really reported their issues, or their issues to be even taken seriously, or even to have this understanding of disaggregation of data on GBV that considers the disability aspects. So this training really aligns it aligns with the regional and the global frameworks, such as the CEDAW, the Maputo Protocol, the Beijing Platform for Action, but also even now that the African Union has adopted the AU, the African Union CIVAG, which is the Convention on Elimination of Violence Against Women. So that means the training that we are doing and the interventions that we are doing to build the movement on evac aligns with all those. So this is why it is important, because as women get to know this kind of frameworks, then they are better equipped to engage, to influence, and to advocate on the issues that pertains to their life. But also we are seeing this kind of space as one of those platforms where we are going to strengthen the feminist and the disability movement, because we are saying we are building a movement. Women with disabilities are also feminists with disabilities. So we are building this movement that will be able to engage. We don't want to see women with disabilities just confined to their own issues, but how do they break out from those spaces and engage with other women's rights organizations, but also with the feminist movements, to build cross-collaboration movements that are powerful. You may understand that right now, the whole world, we are facing aid cuts. We are facing pushback on the issues that we have been, fighting for. And there is a lot of backlash that is going on. And this is the very important time than ever before, where women have to build the solidarity, to build upon what we have been facing in the past, to build upon the stories, but also the issues that the successes that we have had, so that it is not thrown away. But how do we build from that, so that instead of us facing the pushback, but now we can do the push forward from the issues that we have. So this training is bringing that knowledge on the issues of reporting, on the issues of policies, legal frameworks, and reflecting on ourselves, what prevents us from really going forward or engaging or even facing the gender-based violence. So basically, this is why we are here, and we believe that this platform will not end on us doing this kind of training, but how we can move the women to participate in the regional spaces, in the global stage, how they can participate and bring their issues, tell their stories based on their experiences, and influence policy programming and all those issues that really affect us as women. So the training is the beginning of building the capacity of the women, because oftentimes women fail to engage in those spaces because they do not have knowledge about what is happening out there, what are the policies, what are the legal frameworks, what is there in there at country level, what is there at regional level, what is there at the global level. So if as women get this knowledge, already is the power that moves us forward to engage with the policymakers, to engage with those that can influence those issues that can work to the advantage of women with disabilities in general. So we are saying that this training is the beginning, because the end that we want to see is women with disabilities are enjoying their rights like anyone else. The end that we want to see is that women are able to access resources, opportunities like any other woman, and that they are able to influence even their destinies regarding the rights that are provided in the Maputo Protocol, the CEDAW, and all that. So it is, the training itself is the beginning of the empowerment, of empowering these leaders, the activists, that they can go and confidently engage with key people.